Joining us today is Shyamanand, a pro fighter with a 2-1-0 record. Shyamanand is one of the hottest Indian MMA prospects and is the 31st ranked fighter out of 74 active Asia South Pro featherweights, according to Topology. He was born and brought up in Sasaram, Bihar, and fights out of the Indian Combat Sports Academy in Bangalore. He's also a self defense and wellness coach, nurturing the next generation of combat sportsmen in the country. In fact, Shamanand is also all set to make his fourth appearance in the Matrix Fight Night, India's biggest MMA fighting promotion at MFN 10 on November 18th. On that note, first of all, very, very best to Shamanand on behalf of Team Panchtara. All the very
Thank you,
best,
man.
buddy.
Thank you for inviting me.
Welcome, Shama. Came to know that your life has been majorly touched by Swami Vivekananda ji. So we wanted to pull up one of his quotes like, arise, awake, and stop not until the goal is reached.
So this quote, I think I have heard it in my childhood. Like from the childhood, I have been listening to this quote, and it really has a great impact on me. So first thing he is saying is arise. So wherever we have fallen, or like from where we are starting, we gotta stand up and face whatever it is. Like if you are facing any difficult situation or you want to
Right.
pursue something. And awake is like we gotta understand all these situations, we gotta accept it, right? Then only we can move ahead with it. And
Correct.
Sure.
these are the two things most of the people do. But the third thing, wait not till the goal is achieved. That is the point where most of the people give up in that run, because everyone wants everything quick. And today's generation, everything is like people are getting it very quick. It's all about, okay, I want this, I'll get it now. So persistence is somewhere missing, and this is what
Yeah.
happens with most of the people. Everyone has some kind of dream, they want to be something, so they start, but down the road, like they think in 1 year or 2 years they will reach their goal or wherever they want to reach. But what happens, everything takes time in life, right? And not everyone road is like just a straight smooth road. It's gonna take a left turn, it's gonna take a right turn, and it's gonna go up, down, and everything. The graph is always like that, right?
Yeah.
But you gotta wait,
Yeah.
you gotta keep on doing the same stuff. So that's what this quote means, ki you gotta keep on doing that stuff till the time you reach, no matter how much time it takes.
I think everyone has their dreams, but nobody wants to put in the hard work. In today's world,
Yesterday, Abhijit, actually,
yeah,
where everyone enjoys the end result. They visualize the end result and the outcome, but very few people actually enjoy the hard work and the journey that it takes to get
Yes,
there.
it is really important to actually
absolutely.
live the journey. Like even I will say, a lot of people put hard work also,
Live the journey.
but
Yeah.
they put for a very short period of time, and uh, then they lose the interest. They say, "Yeah, I'm putting all the hard work, but I'm not getting anything." So it's about persistence also.
Sure.
Like you gotta just keep on putting that mad time, or like whatever you're doing. You gotta keep on doing the same stuff for a very long period of time. Then only you're gonna master it.
I read okay, if you want to learn and master violin, it'll only take 20 years.
On that note, we've gotten this conversation off to a very auspicious start. Swami Vivekananda ji is someone that even we at Team Panchtara sort of like idolize to a large extent because his learnings are timeless, right? And as I was saying, let's just begin this conversation with trying to understand a little more about your own background, your interests, and your early influences. So, Sham, if I had to ask you, when did you actually start your journey as a fighter, and what inspired you to take up the sport?
So see, there are two aspects of it. First one is like when did you start the journey physically, and there is one more aspect of it is mentally, right? So let's start with the mentally.
Correct.
So
Let's
if
go.
you talk about sports, I want to be a cricketer.
That's three dreams on one screen.
So it was Sachin
Yeah.
Tendulkar. He's my ideal, like in the sports.
You mentioned in one of our chats that you trained in Patna, something about that journey, training in Patna, and a little bit about the MMA scene.
So after 10th, I told home that I'm gonna be a fighter. Before that, I used to tell them
Okay.
that ki, I'm going to be an athlete, because you cannot tell at home ki, that you want to do something which they have never seen, they have never heard of. Is a career
Hmm.
is also there in that. And whenever I used to watch WWE and all, they used to scold me, and I was pretty good at studying. So after 10th, I visited Bangalore only because one of my uncle was here. But I couldn't find any college where you can read and you can train at the same time. And I had no
Right.
idea where to go. So I couldn't find any college which provided. Right now, I think colleges are there in Patiala and all, which supports sports. Chandigarh and Patiala, I think.
Mhm.
But that time I didn't know about
Sure.
anyone, so I settled for Patna. So Patna, I joined AIM college, and there I started lifting weights. And I joined a
Nice.
Wushu training center. Like college, there was some boxing tournament, so I started training in boxing also. So I did kind of mixed training, both like Wushu, boxing, a bit of wrestling, but MMA was not there.
Sure. So,
Right.
in Wushu, I think there is clinch and ground game involved as well, or is it only pure kickboxing,
So clinches are
striking?
there, but with clinch only till takedown is there. There is no ground game, but kickboxing plus takedowns you can say. But you cannot drop the knee to take someone down.
So
You
how
can't.
was that journey from coming to, from Patna to Bangalore? A fighter needs to have a support system at that time. So how did your family support you? Maybe some of your friends might have been with you. How was that journey?
Frankly speaking, it was all me. So it's my belief what I can do
Okay.
and what I am able to, what like it's all about proving just to myself and to the world. And mostly it's about me believing what I am capable of doing. So let me tell you very frankly that when I started this journey and when I told I'm gonna do this, no one believed in me. Believed in me. No one. Like literally no one. So it was all me from the beginning. But I don't want to take anything away from my parents. So they never left my hand,
Right.
in finance, in terms of finance. They never did that. But mentally, they were not there with me. I don't blame them for that because see, I come from a place called Bihar. So it's all about government jobs and like engineers, doctors, and that sort of stuff. Nowadays, we have came lot forward, but like if I'm talking about 2013 to 2015, that time it was all about just government job.
Right.
Now everything became digital, right? So now a lot of people are finding a lot of stuff to do, like digitally, and peop- the world got connected. But that time the world was not connected so much. So most of the
Mhm.
kids or the people who were in their teenage, they didn't have much options. They were going for a study itself.
Hmm.
So that
Right.
time, I don't blame my parents. They didn't see any future that time. So that's why they were against it. But I was like, I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna
It was
leave
all
the home.
me.
And I had to find the way. No one was there to guide me. Okay, ki, Sham, go there and like you can train there and that's how you can go. So after 10th, once
Right.
I completed my 12th, I visited around Pune gyms, Bangalore gyms, Delhi gyms, and yeah, four cities I
I
visited.
think you went to Haryana as well in between to train there in the akhadas, etc. Okay.
What happened is like after 10th, let's come back to one more stage back. After 10th, I couldn't find any college which will give studies and sports at the same time. So 2 years I stayed in Patna. I trained myself whatever I could find: wushu, boxing, wrestling, and lifting. By the time I got idea how
Right.
to go ahead in life, what I did is I went online and I looked up for gyms, whatever was present. And that time very less MMA gyms were there. I'm talking about 2015. Few gyms in Delhi,
Right.
and that too like proper MMA gyms was I think one only. A few gyms in Mumbai, some gyms in Pune, and some gyms in Bangalore. I did a trip, Pune, Mumbai, and Bangalore. and then again went home
Hmm.
and again went to Delhi is because I thought ki if some gym is there which is not present online in Haryana, because Haryana is a hub of commerce sports, but I couldn't find. So I again
Correct.
I went back home and I came to Bangalore.
Okay.
Hmm.
So this is how it happened. I
Okay.
visited the gyms personally. Since I trained 2 years, I could see the training and decide is it a legit training or not.
Or not. Makes sense. And Sham, while we are on that note of your incredible journey, like it's almost like being an MMA nomad, trying to go to like city to city, academy to academy, and figure out what is the best fit for you in your own growth story. Just wanted to ask you about, you fought both on the amateur circuit. You've been part of the YFC back in the day. You're now part of the Matrix Fight Night main card. What is the difference that you see in terms of the level of organization, in terms of the level of competition between some of these amateur fighting organizations or promotions and something as professional as the MFM?
There is lot of difference, and like I feel ki if we are talking about the level MFN has brought, it has brought a international level, like,
Hmm.
and even like lot of
Right.
organization who are there at the world stage, who are number two, number three, like that, they are not able to match the level of
Right.
MFN. The way they treat the fighter, the
Hmm.
way the fight happens, and everything. I feel MFN is one of the best out there. So I'll say there is no comparison, like if we are talking about amateur circuit and the pro circuit, because in the pro circuit itself, if you are bringing the name MFN, the quality is
Right.
like really high. If like how they are handling the business, and I feel in the coming time it's gonna
Yeah.
definitely
Only
in
good.
the terms of viewership also it's gonna reach
Yeah.
the top. So let's talk about the competition level. Uh, Back in 2015, 2016, there were very less amateur fighters of MMA and all. But around the lockdown period and all, MMA has boomed like anything, and it's still skyrocketing. So a lot of fighters are coming in, and a lot of hardworking fighters
Sure.
are coming in. So level is definitely improving day by day.
I think MFN has come as a breath of fresh air in the Indian MMA scene, and they have really revived some of these fighters who had stopped training. They've started to train back again. They understand that in this organization they can make a career out of it.
We had no way to go, right? We put almost 5 years, 6 years. We didn't know how to reach those top organizations, because there were no good pro organizations in India. So MMA like
Right.
MFN really revived the Indian MMA.
Your advice to upcoming fighters who are now inspired and considering taking this up as a professional career, your advice to them in terms of how lucrative it can be?
So definitely now all the youngsters can can point at MFN and say, okay, I'm gonna fight there, right? Before,
Right.
people didn't know okay about UFC. Like only the fighters knew. But if you're gonna tell your parents, okay, I'm gonna fight in UFC, your parents don't know anything about it. It's a foreign organization. How are you gonna reach there? How are you gonna train there? But now since it's happening in India and our, you know, Bollywood celebrities themselves they are promoting. So now they can easily point a finger and say, okay, I'm gonna fight there. So the way or the
Hmm.
you say the way to convince the parents it has become easy, but reaching at the top level and actually making a career out of it is still hard. It's still the same. You're gonna work hard and you're gonna keep on doing the same stuff. So the people whoever want to be a fighter, uh, they need to be ready to, dive all the way in and keep on working hard. Some people get it easy early. Some people get it really hard and late. And I feel I'm one of the later one.
Dwayne Johnson's two-hand theory. Their entire business, there is a sense of professionalism in that. You are fighting on November 18th. How is the preparation going for that?
See, preparation is something is not to be disclosed. So I can just say it's all going good. It's all good. All going according to the plan.
Nice.
So yeah, we have read
Fantastic.
We
him.
just wanted to understand, like let's say 2 weeks away from fighting.
It's a clever question, but like I
So,
can see it from
you can be diplomatic.
I can see it from
You can still give us a vague answer. That's fine.
see. Anyway, see, I will try to answer how much ever I can. I hope you get some
Sure.
idea out of it. So anyway, see, when we take a fight, we see the fighter how he fights and everything, and how he has grown in the sport, and accordingly we decide things. The profit I have is like whenever I fight someone is I can fight anywhere. I can do striking, I can do grappling, I can take the game to the ground. So it's always up to me where I want to keep the fight. So we see the pros and cons of every side and we decide what we are gonna do.
Makes sense.
So for every fighter, we might change the game plan or we can keep the same game plan. It's all about the pros and cons.
Adesanya taking down Pereira, so he also must have done his preparation.
First ever takedown in his MMA career.
Yeah.
I felt he should have done it early and he should have finished it.
Maybe in the second round.
Yeah.
No, now it's going to be a question of maybe in the rematch.
Indian mixed martial arts. Who has inspired you the most?
See, it's a pretty rhetorical question. If you ask from a fighter, most of them are gonna just take their names and they're gonna say, I'm the best and I'm gonna do this. It's really hard to just take a name because most of us are still fighting between each other. It's really hard to actually take a name. Once we go out of India and we are just, representing India there as brothers and sisters, so it's pretty easy to take a name. But I would definitely say there are some people out there everywhere who are doing really good. It will be a really injustice just to take a name. So, but I will definitely give heads up to some of my teammates fighting already in MFN and who are yet to come. So there are a lot of people who are really good at all-round game are coming up. So in next 1 year we will be seeing the most dominant fighters in India.
One of the things that you would touch upon is the mental aspect in a sport that is such a high intensity and high emotion sport. So where do you draw that strength of balance and just sort of like control in yourself?
Yeah, I will be very frank with this question because see, it's not just about this sport. A normal person who can find, the peace in the mind, he's gonna be, happy and peaceful forever. And anyone doing anything,
100%.
that should always be the goal. Once we are peaceful in the mind, we will, no matter what, we achieve our goals or not, we are gonna be happy. And in this sports, it's really important to be focused because it might take a very long time to reach wherever you want to. And top of it, you're gonna fall,
Right.
you're gonna get up again, you're gonna fall, and you're gonna be in like really really bad positions. in your life, bad situations in your life, right? So it's really important for us to know where we want to head and what path we are walking. So once we know, okay, what we are doing, if we are what and whatever we are doing is correct or not, right path or not, and we always keep that thing in our back of the head, this is where I want to reach. We are definitely gonna put the time and you know keep on following the dreams. So it's always here and there, I will say.
Absolutely.
Once anyone
Hmm.
finds that mental peace, they are already there. I feel they have achieved the purpose of the life. Let's forget about the goals where you want to go,
Great.
whatever we want in our
Hmm.
life. We find the mental peace, we find that balance, we have achieved the purpose of life itself. So that's a pretty big thing to get in life.
What should they do when they begin?
See, the thing is, the secret to success is not a secret. It's an open secret. So I'm not gonna say something new. I just want to say to them, if you have dreamed of anything, then you gotta work hard and you gotta give time to it. Just don't work hard for
Hmm.
6 months or 1 year and think you're gonna reach there. If you are talking about reaching the highest level in any uh, field, just keep on working hard, give time to it, and even if you fail, just get up and keep on doing the stuff. If you talk about me, I have failed more times than I have succeeded. But all the time, I just got up and I started working hard. Made a note ki what mistakes I did. I worked on it, and again started working hard. That's why I'm standing where I am standing.
This is the foundation. These are the building blocks of, like, for anyone who wants to build a successful career in any field. So thank you so much for sharing those insights. And Sham, before you leave us, we'd also want you to share with our audience where they can contact you, where can they follow you on social.
So I'm there on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter with the handle Shyamanand MMA. So it's SHYAMANANDMMA. So they can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Sham, and before you leave us today, we also wanted your thoughts on what we trying to evolution and movement
Really
per
feel
se.
like you
Your
guys
thoughts
are
on what
doing
we are
really great.
personally trying to achieve.
Because see, we are the fighters, there is your organization. Now people need to know what is happening, right? So you guys are the pillars showcasing them what is happening. And it is really important. The other day I was talking to someone and even they were in the same field. That's what I said to them. I don't know about other fighters, but personally, if you talk about me, uh, what you guys are doing is really, really important. Because whatever we do, right, we are working so hard, training every day, and then we are going and performing there. But how people are gonna know about what we did, how we did, our journey? No one is there to cover us. But you guys are the people who are doing all these things, and it's a community, right? So there are fighters, there are organizers, there are promoters, and there are then the media people.
Thank you, Sham bhai. I'm just wiping away a little tears.
Thank you so much for the kind words,
Yeah,
Shambhai.
it's the next level. So thank you so much, brother, for making the time, and we look forward to keeping in touch with you.
Definitely.